Hi everyone, in this video today I'm going to discuss some equipment you may want to consider if you're looking to get into vlogging or starting a YouTube video but you only have a small budget. So yeah, I feel like a lot of people who might want to get into creating YouTube videos themselves, get into vlogging, whatever, will watch a lot of big YouTubers and see like really high production quality, see them filming on these really expensive cameras, and I think a lot of people use that as an excuse to not start themselves. The main thing I want to get across is that the most important thing when creating YouTube videos is not the production quality, but the actual content of the video and the actual story. And there are a lot of things you can use which don't have to cost a lot of money, but will just enable you to record a video, tell your story and put it out there. So I'm going to get into some of them now, and what I'm going to start with actually is something I think a lot of people won't even consider when thinking about creating videos, but they really should in my view, and that is firstly the most important thing, the camera you're going to use. And I'm going to suggest a camcorder, and you might think I'm crazy for suggesting that, but it actually baffles me why more people don't consider a camcorder when trying to decide on a video camera, a vlogging camera. Camcorders, I guess, were popular for like home videos back in like the 90s and things, and they're not really popular anymore. But if you're looking to create YouTube videos, and especially if you're not wanting to spend a lot of money, a camcorder is really something you should consider. Now, I'll talk about the pros, the good points of a camcorder, and well, firstly, it's got what everyone wants. It's got a flippy screen, so perfect for vlogging. It's small, it's light, very easy to carry, very nice to hold, and it will even fit into like a coat pocket, so it's easy to carry around. And the good thing about a camcorder over a compact camera, for example, is they tend to have better microphones. If you're just using onboard audio, generally speaking, a camcorder will have a better onboard mic than a little compact camera, something like the Canon G7. This particular camera is the Panasonic W580, and I used this camcorder to film the vast majority of my videos in India. I spent 10 weeks traveling around India, recorded a lot of videos as I was traveling, and I used this an awful lot. In all that heat and all that sort of chaos, I didn't want to carry a lot of equipment, and this was small, light. Whenever I saw something, I could just take out my pocket and away I went. And the audio was generally always, just the onboard audio was generally always good enough for me. I've discovered that the office where internationals can buy train tickets is actually at New Delhi train station, and I have discovered I am at Old Delhi train station, where I do not think there is an office for internationals to buy train tickets. You have to be constantly alert all the time here, because cars can just literally fly at you from nowhere. I've just had to shout
quite angrily at a bus driver because he was just about to run me over without a care in the world.
Another good thing about it is just so quick and so simple to use. If you quickly see something you want to film, you just take it out of your pocket or your bag or whatever, flip that open, hit record, and within 1 or 2 seconds you're recording a video. So quick, so simple. And another huge benefit of a camcorder over other cameras, compact cameras and things, is the zoom. Camcorders generally always have a huge zoom on them. This one, for example, has a 90 times zoom. Now I think some of that is digital. I can't quite remember what the optical zoom is. I think it's around 59 times. Now that's 59 times, that's an optical zoom, and this for me came in very handy when I was doing safari in India. Having such a big optical zoom when I was in the jungles in India on safari, and when tigers and things were visible to the eye but quite some distance away, this came in so handy, and I was able to get some good footage with it, which almost made it seem as though the tiger was right there. So huge benefit of a camcorder is the big zooms that they have. And most importantly, if you're doing it on a budget, they're cheap. Now admittedly, this one is about £250 brand new. I actually did buy this second hand on eBay, but the person I had bought it off had hardly used it. It was in mint condition, and I paid a fraction of the price really. However, you can get camcorders for as little as £99 brand new. Even manufacturers like Sony do entry-level camcorders which cost round about the £100 mark. So if you're looking for a cheap video camera, a camcorder is a great choice. It just does the job. It's small, it's light, it's cheap, great zoom, generally better onboard audio than other compact cameras that you may be considering. And another good thing about the camcorder is because it is designed to record video, whereas compact cameras and photography cameras, that's like, it's not their prime and only function. So a lot of compact cameras and even DSLRs and mirrorless cameras, when it comes to recording videos, a lot of them, some of them overheat. So you'll be recording for a few minutes and then all of a sudden the camera will overheat and it will have to stop filming. Also, generally speaking, with the majority of cameras, you are kind of limited to the length of each video. So I'm filming this video on my Fujifilm X-T2, and I can only film for 15 minutes at a time, and then it'll stop filming, and if I want to go on longer than that, I'll have to record a new video. Some cameras it's 20 minutes, some cameras it's 30 minutes, but that may 15 minutes even might be long enough for you. But if you're recording like a piece to camera like this, or if you're recording like an interview with someone, you might want to record for longer than 15 minutes. And when you consider a camcorder, by comparison, 15 minutes is nothing, because another great thing about the camcorder is you can just switch it on, sit it down, and it will just keep recording, basically until the battery runs out. So I feel like a lot of people overlook camcorders, but they record in full HD. You can even get ones that record in 4K, and they have so many benefits, and for such a reasonable price. The main downside to one would be they do only have a small sensor, so in low light situations you are going to get a bit of grain. They're not the best in low light, but as long as you have plenty of light, it's a great, camcorders really are a great choice. And like I say, you can get them for even from Sony brand new for around about £100 mark. Now another option in terms of the actual camera, of course, the vast majority, probably all of us now have mobile phones which have brilliant cameras on them. So a mobile phone would be an option if you just want to make use of what you already have, make use of the great camera that you already have, and you don't want to buy a camera or a camcorder. What you can do to get the footage from your mobile phone looking more professional is get a gimbal like this. This is the DJI Osmo Mobile 2. I've been using this for a long time now. I've been using this in a lot of my videos. So your phone just slots in there like that, and then if it's got any power, which it has thankfully, you switch it on, and then it basically just keeps your footage nice and smooth and very, very professional looking. And this will make such a big difference to your videos, rather than if you're walking along and you're just holding the phone or a camera handheld and you're walking along, your hand's going to move, the camera's going to move, and the footage is going to look very, very shaky. Even though your phone might well have electric image stabilization in it, it's still going to look shaky. Whereas a gimbal like this keeps it beautifully smooth and you can get some really great footage. I've used it, like I say, in a lot of my videos now, and it really has made a big difference to my videos. This is the DJI Osmo Mobile 2, as I say. There is now available the DJI Osmo Mobile 3, which is very, very similar, but it folds. So if you were getting one now, you might as well get the DJI Osmo Mobile 3 because it's basically the same price as the 2 now. And this costs, or the new one costs, I think it varies, I think it's slightly changing at the moment, but it's basically around about the £100 mark. So if you just wanted to use your phone, didn't want to buy a camera, you could literally just buy the Osmo Mobile 3. There's plenty of other smartphone gimbals as well. £100, and it will make a massive, massive difference to your videos. It'll really get them looking much more professional. And the great thing about them as well is that you can do time lapses, hyperlapses, moving time lapses. So and as if to prove my point, my camera had reached its 15 minutes and stopped recording without me realizing, so I've had to sort of start again, try and figure out where I was. So, you know, if I was filming with a camcorder, I could just sit this down for like 2 hours and it would keep going. Nevertheless, where was I? I think I had just finished talking about a gimbal. But yeah, I'd really recommend just using what you've already got. Make use of the fantastic camera you've probably got on your phone already, and just buy a gimbal. You won't need anything else, and you can get beautifully smooth footage. You can make use of time lapses, hyperlapses, motion lapses. You can get some really fantastic looking footage. If you are using a budget camera, chances are it won't have a mic input on it. So if you do want to improve the audio, if you don't just want to rely on the onboard microphone, which is never the best, if you do want better audio, you don't need a camera which has a mic input. There are other ways around it. For example, I use a lavalier mic. So I've never actually used a shotgun mic on a camera. I've always just used a lavalier mic. So the one I use is probably the most popular one. It's the Rode Smart Lav, and at the time of recording it's currently £46 on Amazon. But the point I want to get across is, don't think that you have, if you want good audio, don't think that you have to buy a more expensive camera which has a mic input, because you can just use a a lav mic instead, which £46, and that's for the Rode mic. You'd even be able to get cheaper lav mics than that if you went for a smaller brand. If you're not recording the audio directly into your camera, you will need an audio recorder to plug the lavalier mic into and to record the audio. The most popular one I've seen YouTubers use is the Zoom H1. At the time of filming, that is currently £129 on Amazon. When I started this YouTube channel, started making videos, I think the Zoom H1 was, I'm certain it was more expensive than that. I think it was closer to £200. Now, I didn't want to spend that on an audio recorder, so I've got, if I can just get out my pocket while still recording the audio, I've got this one by Sony. This is the Sony ICD PX240. All the links to it, all the equipment will be in the description. But this particular one from Sony only costs £40, so a fraction of the cost of the Zoom H1, and it does the job I need it to. It records the audio, so don't think just because every YouTuber, or most YouTubers, seem to use this expensive one by Zoom. There are cheaper alternatives out there, and yeah, it does the job for me just fine. I've been using this for as long as I've been doing this YouTube channel now, so what, 2.5 years, and it's still going strong. It's never let me down. So yeah, if you've just started or you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel, don't look at these big YouTubers and look at all the expensive equipment they're using and think, oh well, I need that, otherwise no one's going to watch. As I say, the most important thing I want to get across is that the content and the story you're telling is much more important than production quality. If people can relate to you, if people find you entertaining, or if you're telling a good story, then that's going to be the main reason why people watch. They're not going to watch just because you're shooting a nice 4K video. For example, if you take a look at one of my favorite channels, Camera Conspiracies, a lot of his videos, and certainly earlier on, a lot of his videos were just filmed on his small Sony action camera, which isn't the best video quality, not even or the best audio quality. Sometimes he just records the audio on that as well, and it's not the best quality. He films a lot of his videos in his mom's living room, so he doesn't worry about, oh, I need a fancy set and all of that. But he's got a large following. The reason he's got a large following is because he's entertaining and he's very, very funny, and people watch his videos because they enjoy watching him. So don't get hung up on needing expensive equipment and needing the best production quality and things. Those things are things that you can improve over time, which is something I have slowly done and I'm doing in the whole time I've been doing my videos. So that's something a little bit different from me today, a little bit different from my usual videos. If you are new to my channel, I am an aspiring travel photographer essentially, and I spend my time getting out and about with my camera. My goal in life is to become a professional travel landscape photographer, and on this channel I basically document my adventures, document my journey. I get out with my camera, I travel as much as I can. I'm trying to make this a career. So I film all of that. I try to inspire and encourage people, just inspire people to get out and sort of live the life that they want, go on more adventures, follow their dreams, that kind of thing, essentially. Yeah, this one was a little bit different, but it's one that I feel could benefit a lot of people. And in my next few videos, I'm pleased to say I will be back for those of you who watch my videos regularly, I will be back on another adventure in my next few videos. I'm going to be in Poland, actually, doing a little tour of Poland, traveling around some of the main cities in Poland, taking photos, getting up to my usual mishaps probably. So, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. And here's what you can expect in the next few videos. Bye.
Now cutting it very, very fine to get my train, all because I went to buy a pair of socks, a better one.